Hello and welcome back to the Master League with Manchester United, and yeah, we follow up a good 1-0 win against Celtic. Not the best actual game to play if you saw last episode. If you didn't, then go and check that out and come back and watch this one after that. But we have put back-to-back wins on the board for the first time this season, which is very, very nice. Slowly getting better than real-life Man United, which is good. But we do find ourselves in 13th position, only on 6 points in the league. So a desperately needed win will hopefully come against Newcastle today. We're going to go straight into the game. We need to sort our team out as we were going through our strongest lineup from the last episode. I think we're going to line up this. Alderweireld's going to have to be dropped though. It may be Issa Diop, although Eric Bailly had a very good game last time out against Celtic, so we'll put him in there. I was umming and ahhing with playing Antonio Valencia. I think I am going to give him a game at right back today. Now that Delots has finished his up arrowness, being up for it, or whatever you want to call it. How is Romero doing? We're going to give Romero a game against Newcastle just to give David De Gea a rest. Weigl, Herrera, Pogba, Icardi, Rashford and Lukaku can all keep their spots. Is there anyone on the bench that we want to have on there to bring on? Probably Lindelof. He is a very good, useful defender to have, although Diop's on there, so we don't need him on there at the moment. Greenwood can have a rest. What youngsters have we got on the bench? We've got Sancho. Let's give Mata a rest and we'll put Gomez on the bench, I think. We have got Martial as well, who probably does deserve a game. Let's start Martial over Rashford for the game against Newcastle and see how it goes. But let's get into it. It's at Old Trafford again, and there is good guy Rondon in his Newcastle shirt giving Lukaku the stare down. The two strikers going to face each other off. Hello and welcome to a very sunny Old Trafford Stadium here in Manchester, just on the coast of the Salford Quay, and it's going to be a good game in store today as Pogba again leading out the Man United team, who face a very good in-form Newcastle team in the Premier League this season, as the teams walk out at Old Trafford into a rapturous applause once again, hoping to take the form of the games against Bristol City and Celtic, where back-to-back wins for the first time this season see Man United finally hitting some form. A few changes in the lineup today and we'll go through them very, very shortly. So the Man United team sees David De Gea rested, coming down with a bit of an illness, so Sergio Romero gets a run out in the Premier League for the first time this season. Valencia comes back in for his first start of the season. Bayer, De Ligt and Tierney make the back four. Weigl, Herrera and Pogba in the middle. Icardi comes out to drop a little bit deeper, with Lukaku starting up front, supported by Anthony Martial. Newcastle line up with Elliott in goal, Chico Flores, Charles Lejeune, Lascelles and Dummett in a back five. Diame and Ki Sung-young hold the midfield, Ritchie and Almiron on either wing, with good guy Rondon leading the line for Newcastle, who will be the biggest threat to the Man United back four. As the game is about to get ready, the referee's done his final checks. Let's get in to kick off as the game gets underway with Lukaku kicking us off, and will be interesting to see how Vinko Purintin's team line up against Rafa Benitez. More defensive Newcastle. It'll be interesting to see how it happens. And Valencia making his first start of the Premier League season, as Man United are actually looking to get off to a very quick start here, as Valencia looks to put an early cross in but hits the first man, something Man United fans are all too common of seeing, as Martial goes up for that header. And Man United will have a few players trying to impress in this game, as Herrera gives the ball away to Matt Ritchie on the wing, as Rondon flicks that back, and that's very easily intercepted by Herrera, who's proving himself to be crucial in this team. It's flicked on from Icardi into Lukaku, out to Martial, just waiting for the support from Tierney, who flicks a ball in. It's taken a deflection, that will be a corner, and Man United have started this game very, very well indeed, as Pogba looks to fire this one now. The normal technique was Lukaku at the front post. This time it's Icardi, but his header can't go on target, and it's gone past the post from the Argentine striker. New signing at Old Trafford seems to be settling in a little bit better now. It's had a bit of a slow start as the first few Premier League games of the season, but really seems to be clicking into gear now. It'll be interesting to see how he lines up in this slightly deeper role, playing off Lukaku. He's been used as the focal point of the attack mainly in the games, as Lukaku there flicks it on once more to Martial, who gives it in to Pogba. Pogba just holds it up, lays it off, looking to invite Weigl forward, and that's deflected behind for a throw, or deflected off the pitch for a throw. Weigl takes it quickly, looking for Icardi, who has Herrera on the edge of the box. Herrera lays it out to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw just has to go... Kieran Tierney starting today's game, not Luke Shaw. Just has to go back, keeps possession very sensibly. Weigl up to Valencia. Valencia has runners and just looks to accelerate away from Almiron. Puts a ball in, it's deflected, and that's easy for Elliott to pick up as it goes long. And it is won by Rondon in the air, and we knew that would be a very dangerous position for the Man United back four. Rondon very strong, very good in the air, as Herrera's done very well to nick this ball here. Lays it in, looking for Lukaku. Lukaku dinks it over the top into Icardi. What a defensive header. I think that was Shah with a wonderful defensive. No, Lascelles getting a crucial touch on that. That was looking to float over the top towards Icardi. As Pogba looks to take in this corner, as Rob Elliott sort of flapped at it. He's gone long and deep towards Martial. It's fallen to Tierney, just couldn't get that onto his right foot. Pogba lays it back to Weigl, who fancies a go from range. It's saved by Rob Elliott, and Martial will just see this one out for a throw. And yeah, Man United in this first 20 minutes really showing the form they've had recently. Herrera lays that into Pogba, hits it first time on the left foot. It just goes past the post. And it's a very, very good start here from Vinko Paredes' men. Rafa Benitez's team set out for the draw, I think. It's set out for a bit of a negative game. 5 at the back and 4 across the midfield with 1 up front. Rafa Benitez setting his stall out to try and nick something on the break. That's a very good header there from De Ligt, and Bailly picks it up into Pogba, who's been more and more instrumental as the season unfolds for Man United, as Martial just knocks it back to De Ligt. De Ligt then goes out to Eric Bailly, keeping the ball well. Man United not trying to not give Newcastle a sniff, as Valencia gets it back up towards Icardi. Flicks that in to Lukaku. Lukaku lays it back out to Valencia. Valencia puts it in, looking for Martial. He's got a bit of space, but just didn't want to attack it, showing a little bit of a lack of bravery there. Anthony Martial, as De Ligt with another fantastic header. Herrera brings it down, but his pass is poor, looking for Valencia. It goes out wide, and Bailly is there. Pogba. Up it goes. Herrera into Martial. Martial round to Lukaku. Lukaku is just tackled and then uses his strength to try and get it back, but it's cleared away. Richie with a very poor pass, intercepted by Pogba. Herrera keeps it alive, going out to Tierney. Tierney looks to flicking across. Lukaku is beaten in the air, but Man United are just having absolutely relentless pressure here, as Valencia feeds that one in to Lukaku. Tries to put it into Paul Pogba, but Lukaku is fouled late on the edge of the box by Diame. And this gives Man United an opportunity. Can Pogba make it 3 free kick goals in 3 games? This is a range he would love. And Rob Elliott's going to have to be ready for this one, as it came in and Lukaku took a touch, passed it on, caught very, very late. And good decision from the referee, that one there, as Pogba just eyeing up his options here. Just asking the Man United players to shift around a little bit. Paul Pogba, it's up and over the wall, just a little bit too strong, maybe a bit too close in the penalty area D, just over the bar. Rob Elliott was scrambling, but looked pretty comfortable in seeing that over the bar. But yeah, Man United really showing they are up for this game, as half an hour gone, and once again De Ligt beats Rondon in the air. It goes out to Richie on the left hand side. Rondon then flicks it back to Chico Flores. That's a poor pass, and Pogba wins it back. Now what can Man United do with this ball now? Valencia goes up to Mauro Icardi. Icardi flicks it on for Valencia, looks to go in towards Weigl, but he's just pushed up a bit too much and is now caught out of position, as Rondon has the ball in the centre forward spot. And Ki-Sun Young lays it off to Diame. Diame up to Rondon, who's tackled very well once again by Herrera, who is playing incredibly well in this Vinko Paredes midfield, really working hard for the manager and the team, as that's fired in, and Rondon turns and Bailly manages to get a little touch on it, and Antonio Valencia just lays that back to Romero, and Newcastle just drop back into their defensive shape, really not trying to pressure the ball high up the pitch, as Martial flicks that one into Pogba. Pogba goes up towards Icardi. Lukaku gets it in and just waiting for some runners, and he's forced off it, but he's just barged in the back, and the referee gives a foul there. I think it's Diame again, who has been booked and needs to be a little bit careful with these tackles. Lukaku turns. It was Rondon tracking back, actually, fouling his centre forward counterpart, and Pogba gets another go from a free kick position. He's hit that one a little bit too hard again and over the bar, not troubling Rob Elliott in the Newcastle goal at the moment, but you just feel that a Man United goal might be coming. The pressure they've got, the way they're playing, Newcastle really aren't attacking, and they're letting Man United just come at them again. De Ligt wins a header. Even the long balls up towards Rondon aren't working for Newcastle United, as Pogba has this one. It's fired up into the path of Lukaku, who flicks it on to Pogba, and Icardi was just offside. The Newcastle team stepped up very well that time, as Rondon does win a header, this time against Eric Bailly, and it's brought down very well. Goes out towards Matt Ritchie on the left-hand side. Herrera is there once again. Up to Martial. Martial looking to Pogba. Flicks into Lukaku. Lukaku to Icardi. And Lukaku's got in behind and he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. You'd fancy Lukaku from here. But he squared his shot wide. And I've made up a word with the word squared. But he's spurned his shot wide is what I was trying to say. The curse of the commentator. 0-0 Lukaku. You fancy him to score that opportunity through one-on-one. But just doesn't make it count. 71 possession to Man United, 29% ball possession to Newcastle. No attempts on target for Newcastle. 6 attempts for Man United, but they're all off target, and that is the problem at the moment. We'll see if there's any changes in the second half, and we'll be right back. Coming out for the second half, no subs for either team, but it looks like a little tactical tweak for Man United with Icardi pushing a bit more through the middle and Lukaku moving slightly further out to that left wing position. So just a tactical swap between the big Belgian and the new signing at Old Trafford in Mario Icardi. As that's great pressure there from Weigl, just getting a touch on the ball before it was released for a pass. And Rondon has laid this out to the left hand side. And they keep coming. Dummett gets the ball. Can he put a cross in here? Looking for Rondon. He does, but De Ligt wins the header really, really well. That has been a one-sided battle in today's game. De Ligt winning everything against Rondon. Here is Icardi in that more central position. Lukaku holds it up, lays it off sensibly to Antonio Valencia. And then Valencia looks to ping that in towards Pogba, and it's deflected behind for a corner. And Valencia saw Pogba's run, tried to pick him out, just couldn't make anything happen. Now Pogba looking to fire this one in low and hard. It is. It's very well defended there with the header, as it's kept alive. And it comes to Ander Herrera. Looks to curl one just past the post. And still Man United are hoping for that shot on target. Pogba fired this in low and hard. Really well defended. Came out to Weigl, who looked to find Herrera. Just curls that shot agonisingly past the post. Absolute frustration from Ander Herrera, as Man United are absolutely dominating this game. But they have to be wary of Newcastle on the counter-attack as it goes long. And this time it's a good win by Eric Bailly against Rondon. Herrera up to Martial. Icardi onto Pogba once more. Lukaku is he fouled, or is it just more? It's good strength there from Jamal Lascelles, and it goes out to the left hand spot, but it's robbed by Weigl. Lukaku lays it into Icardi, on once more to Martial, who looks to turn away. He's fouled and sandwiched by Matt Ritchie at the back, and Newcastle are living a dangerous game giving these sort of free kicks away, because Paul Pogba has had 2 sighters, and you'd think sooner or later he will get one on target, and Rob Elliott is going to need to be alive to the situation. This one probably suits Pogba the best out of all 3 so far. Pogba gets it up and down just over the bar again. Rob Elliott scrambling and Paul Pogba putting just a bit too much on it. And Rob Elliott's probably had it covered, but they can't afford to give too many of those situations away anymore, as Eric Bailly again wins a good header against Rondon. Rondon really not having the best of games up front. Icardi into Martial. Pogba just holds the ball up, looks out wide to Tierney. Up it goes, and then there's a good ball here. Tierney's in behind. Tierney looks to dink it in towards Lukaku with a downwards header, and there's the goal that's been coming for a long, long time. A wonderful bit of play from Man United to make the breakthrough. Pogba released Tierney up to Icardi. Back into Herrera. Herrera into Martial. Flicked round the corner to Tierney, who just stood this one up at the back post. Lukaku was asked, "Go on, son, attack that one," and he did just that, beating Jamal Lascelles in the air. It's a wonderful header from Romelu Lukaku. The big Belgian there heads it down, and Rob Elliott in goal has absolutely no chance. 1-0 Man United, as their good form appears to be continuing. So I think that is their first shot they've actually got on target, and then they've got a goal from it. So it has been coming. Newcastle have really not been at the races today, as Martial turns, lays that one up to Icardi. Herrera gives it out to Tierney. Tierney into Martial, who's just gets off the ball for a little bit. Pogba, lots of space out wide for Antonio Valencia, and Valencia looks to ping this one in, looking for Icardi, and he went very deep with that ball, and Martial keeps it alive, but I don't think Tierney's going to be able to keep that one in. It deflected off the Newcastle man, Matt Ritchie, and it goes for a Man United throw. That's really poor from Kieran Tierney with that throw. Saw Herrera making the run, tried to put it into his path, and just threw it straight to the Newcastle right back, which isn't the best of ideas, as Dummett goes up the line. Newcastle trying to hold the ball. They just haven't haven't held the ball well, haven't really done anything with it today, Newcastle. First substitution of the game then, Anthony Martial, who flicked that ball into Tierney's path, comes off to be replaced by Jadon Sancho. This is a very common substitution in the early days of Vinko Peritin. Sancho, wearing the number 5, comes on for Anthony Martial. And Man United are pretty comfortable at 1-0 up at the moment. They've been working the ball across really well. Newcastle still holding their defensive shape, not letting this resilience go, as Pogba plays a lovely 1-2 with Ander Herrera, who's in again. Herrera has a shot this time. Elliott makes a save. It was hit straight at him, but with some venom. And Chico Flores can't stop it going behind for a corner. And Man United have been pretty dangerous from set pieces at this game. Paul Pogba still just trying to find his range. Puts this one in more towards Lukaku at the back post. Lukaku gets up with the header again, but it's just past the post. Rob Elliott seems to have had that one covered, but a very, very good challenge from there. And Lukaku, when they've got the ball up to him, has just been an absolute monster in this game. And once again, you can imagine that they're going to go long towards Rondon, who has not been a monster, but this time he has brought it down, but he's just muscled out of it. De Ligt up to Icardi as Sancho has the ball. Sancho comes forward with it. He's got a lot of space to run into here. Jadon Sancho has just overhit it a little bit too much. It was a good tackle from Lascelles at the back as the ball goes up towards Rondon, and De Ligt isn't sold by that little bit of footwork as it goes up to him again. Eric Bailly comes out to try and meet him, and now they've got to watch the runners here as it goes back to centre of field. Herrera is there again. Up it goes. Valencius dives into a tackle and it's released. A man down the wing as he looks to cut it across. Romero gets a touch out to Matt Ritchie. And it's just got to be cleared by Tierney, and it is up towards Icardi, who does win the header very, very well. Sancho with some fresh legs, and now look to try and accelerate away from Chico Flores, but the defender gets back well, and Sancho's played himself into trouble, but luckily he's got Kieran Tierney backing him up, and he gets around the tackle, and this could be another yellow card for Diame. It is, and is that a red card? I'm sorry, he's already been booked in the first half, was he not? He must not have been. I thought Diame had been booked in the first half. Tierney just dinked it round him. He came flying into the tackle. Absolutely no need for that. And Man United get a free kick. Diame picking up a booking. Man United have been very well disciplined in this game, not giving away a foul at all so far, as Pogba can see Tierney in quite a lot of space. Tierney looks to flick this one in again, looking for Lukaku. Too close to Rob Elliott though. And with 10 minutes to go, it's 1-0 Man United, and Newcastle do appear to be changing their strategy somewhat, trying to go a bit more attacking, but Tierney wins that back into Lukaku's feet, but he's just bundled out of it. Maybe looking a little bit tired now, Lukaku, having to do a lot of work up front. De Ligt with another great header at the back there. He's got to be in close enough a man of the match. He's kept Rondon incredibly quiet here, as there's a lot of space for Weigl to come forward. He's got Herrera in space in the middle. Herrera lays that out to Tierney again, who's found himself in space. Tierney takes a touch, gets the ball in, looking for Lukaku with a header, just past the post once again. Good play, Weigl, good ball into Herrera. Herrera just teased Diame in again, who was late in the tackle. And I think Diame's got to be careful. Great ball in. Lukaku with the header agonisingly past the post. So with about 10 minutes to go, a double substitution. Then Pogba comes off to be replaced by Fred. And Angel Gomez comes on to replace Julian Weigl. Fred drops into the holding midfield role. And Angel Gomez will be given just a bit of a free roam in that attacking midfield spot, hoping to impress, similar to how Pogba did, as Newcastle pick this up. They get the ball up to Rondon, and Herrera is there once again to get back, but it falls to Rondon, who's got round his man. It's a shot and it's gone past the post, but the referee has given a foul and a penalty because Kieran Tierney flew in and took Matt Ritchie out. Is he going to be sent off here? It was off the ball. He went to block Rondon's shot. Ritchie placed himself in the way of it, and Tierney picks up a yellow card. And this is a shocking game. Man United have absolutely lost. Tierney here trying to get the block on the shot. Oh, Matt Ritchie's gone down well easily there. That is never a penalty. Never hit him in the face. It's going to be Ki Sun-young over the penalty against Sergio Romero, and he sends Romero the wrong way, puts it in the bottom corner, and all of Man United's hard work has been undone. That is, I don't know, you can tell Tierney's not gone anything malicious there on Matt Ritchie, and Ki Sun-young places it into the bottom corner, sending Romero the wrong way, as Rondon is replaced by Kennedy for fresh legs up front for Newcastle. 1-1. Man United will not be believing this luck, as it's given away straight away into Kennedy. Ki Sun-young tries to lay that off to Diame, who is probably quite lucky to be on the pitch in this situation. De Ligt gives that to Eric Bailly. Up it goes. About a minute to go, and Man United have given that away in a dangerous position. It was Angel Gomez giving it away. Kennedy looks to flick in behind. Eric Bailly should cover that one. He's been... could have had a foul either way, I think, with that one. Valencia just goes up the line. It's kept in play by Lukaku, who tries to go up towards Icardi. That's surely a foul. Referee, that was from behind. I'm pretty sure that was from behind, but it's finishing 1-1 here. Newcastle United rescuing a draw with a very, very debatable penalty there. Vinko Bruton will be absolutely fuming in the press conferences afterwards. Never do I think that was a penalty. Tierney, very, very unlucky. I think he's just quite clearly going to block the shot. Doesn't really hit Matt Ritchie in the face. And Matt Ritchie goes down holding his face, which then persuades the referee to give a penalty, as that game was all Man United. I think Newcastle's only attempt on goal may well have been the penalty, whereas Man United had probably double digits in shots, as Pogba just couldn't get his range for the free kicks today. So unlucky for Man United. Deserved the win, but they only get a point, which will not help their league table position. And as you can see from the after game highlights, it was just complete Man United domination, and they were just unlucky not to hit the target more. So 63% possession to Man United. Newcastle having one shot on target, which was a penalty. And Man United absolutely dominating the ball possession and the shots. Only 2 on target though, which was the error. Lukaku with a good couple of headers. Pogba wasting a few free kicks. But yeah, got to try harder. Lukaku is your man of the match for today's game. And Sancho and Gomez not impressing off the bench. So other results around the grounds then. Watford beat Arsenal 1-0. Man City get a win, beating Fulham 4-1. Everton beating Cardiff 3-1. And Spurs beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Bournemouth lose at home to Huddersfield Town in a bit of a shock result. West Ham drew 0-0 with Wolves. Leicester beat Chelsea 4-2. Brighton and Liverpool draw 2-2. And Southampton are 1-0 winners against Burnley. So Wolverhampton lose their unbeaten streak, or their non-losing streak, as they've now drawn a game. Leicester sit top of the table in what could be a repeat of the 2015-16 season when they won the league. Wolverhampton are in second, Liverpool third, West Ham fourth, Brighton and Tottenham finish out the Europa League spots. Down near the bottom of the table, Crystal Palace, Cardiff and Bournemouth find themselves in the relegation zones, with Huddersfield, Watford, Newcastle and Man United only 2 points away from the relegation spots. Man City's win season will climb to 12th, but still not really near the end of the table you would expect them to be. So next up for Man United, an away trip to Selhurst Park to go and play Crystal Palace. But yeah, just a very, very disappointing end to that game. I honestly don't think that was a penalty. I don't know how, because Ritchie went down holding his face. There was a little bit of contact, but it was quite clear that Tierney was trying to block the shot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being biased because it's me. But Ki Sung-yueng did put it away nicely. We absolutely battered them, but couldn't put the ball into the back of the net. We didn't test Rob Elliott enough in the Newcastle goal, but we just need to keep working hard. I think we are getting in the right direction now. We're playing some good football, and it is working. Not too impressed with Valencia. He overhit a couple of passes, didn't too well. I think I'll stick with Delo when he's fit. Tierney looked okay at the other fullback. I think him and Luke Shaw between them have got good interchangeable abilities that we can have. The midfield three look solid. Herrera, Weigl and Pogba, and then up front obviously Lukaku, Icardi and Rashford and Martial. Yeah, they look all pretty good. Let me know what you think we should do in the comments below. But thank you very much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.